The following story is true. It happened in 2017 at Paramount Pictures. The studio was developing a movie based on the Transformers toy line. Everything was going well until one day the studio head called up the producers. "Get me all the female characters out of the script," he demanded. Now you may think, what the hell, why, what's wrong with having female characters? Turns out the studio head had just met with a bunch of toy store owners. They told him that girls do not buy Transformers toys. So he wanted the females cut from the script. Now, obviously this was a dumb decision. You don't throw away half your audience like that. But if you think that's insane, wait until you hear about how they used artificial intelligence to fix it. The producers went back to the drawing board. They looked through every line of dialogue and found that the only way to implement more female characters was to remove some of the male ones. This meant rewriting hundreds of pages of scripts, re-recording all the voiceover dialogue, and totally re-editing the film. But they were able to get around all this by training an AI to rewrite the script for them. The machine learned which characters could be made into women without changing too much about the plot or the tone of the movie. And it did such a good job that the studio head approved the changes, and the film went into production with 3 times as many female characters. This may sound like science fiction, but it's really not. Artificial intelligence is already being used in almost every major film produced today. Some of these uses are obvious, and some are downright sneaky. In today's video, we're going to tell you the top 10 ways that AI is used in film production. Coming up at No. 10. Let's start with something fun: analyzing scripts to determine whether a film will be good or bad. Obviously, no one knows if a movie will be successful better than the people who have seen it. Yet Paramount thinks that they can predict whether a film will be good just by looking at the script. Their secret is an algorithm developed by IBM. It scans scripts for common traits of commercially successful films. So far, it has a pretty good track record. The algorithm looks at the quality of the writing, the strength of the story, the originality of the concept, and even the potential box office revenue. But despite its success, no one at Paramount seems to know how it works. We do want people to know how we pick our movies, because then everyone would try to game the system, said one executive. No. 9. Do you remember the old days when you had to go to the cinema and buy a ticket? Well, Netflix doesn't either, so they trained an AI to do it for them. Netflix uses AI to determine what types of movies should be produced, when they should be released, and even how much they should cost. For example, their algorithm might suggest making a romantic comedy set in New York City in the spring because it would be popular and easy to produce. Then the AI would estimate how much money the movie might earn and compare that to similar projects in development. If the numbers look good, then green light. But if not, then go back to the drawing board. Once a movie is finished, the AI analyzes reviews and audience ratings to see if it was right. If not, then the algorithm learns from its mistake and adjusts its predictions accordingly. And No. 8. Editing movies. This is probably the most obvious use of AI in filmmaking. The studio's releasing dozens of new movies each year. There simply isn't enough time for human editors to sift through hours of footage. That's why many of the biggest blockbusters rely on computer-generated imagery or CGI to create realistic-looking environments and creatures. But that's not all. AI is also used for more mundane tasks like color correction and visual effects. With the advent of deep learning, computers are now able to edit entire movies on their own. This means that filmmakers can spend less time worrying about technical issues and more time focusing on telling a great story. No. 7. Casting actors. Do you ever wonder how casting directors decide which actors get cast in movies? It's not always an easy decision. There are thousands of talented performers out there, but only a limited number of roles available. That's why many studios are turning to AI to help them find the perfect fit for each character. AI algorithms analyze an actor's previous performances and compare them to the requirements of the role. This allows casting directors to quickly narrow down their options and focus on the actors who are most likely to succeed. In addition, AI can also help actors market themselves more effectively. By analyzing an actor's social media presence and online reviews, AI can help them identify the roles they are most suited for and then promote their work accordingly. At No. 6. Predicting the success of a movie. One of the most important decisions a studio has to make is whether or not to invest in a particular movie. On the one hand, there's the cost of production, marketing, and distribution. On the other hand, there's the potential return on investment. Studios are under pressure to make smart decisions because the fate of their company often hinges on it. That's why many are turning to AI to help them predict the success of a movie before it is even made. AI algorithms analyze data from a variety of sources, including social media, box office records, and critical reviews. This allows studios to make more informed decisions about which movies to invest in and ultimately helps ensure that they are not wasting their money. 5. AI personal assistants. One of the most exciting developments in recent years has been the rise of AI personal assistants such as Siri, Cortana, and Alexa. These assistants are capable of performing a wide range of tasks, from setting reminders to controlling your thermostat. But did you know that they're also being used on movie sets? AI assistants are proving to be invaluable to filmmakers, helping them with everything from scheduling to budgeting to storyboarding. In addition, AI assistants can also help actors prepare for their roles by providing them with background information on the film and their characters. As AI technology continues to develop, it's likely that we'll see even more applications for it on movie sets. Maybe someday an AI assistant will even direct a movie itself. For audience engagement. Another way that AI is being used in the film industry is to increase audience engagement. AI chatbots, for example, can interact with fans of a particular movie or TV show, answering questions and providing behind-the-scenes information. In addition, AI-powered recommendation engines can suggest new movies to watch based on a viewer's past behavior. This helps keep audiences engaged with the content and encourages them to watch more movies. AI is also being used to develop personalized movie experiences. By understanding each viewer's individual preferences, AI can tailor the movie experience to be more enjoyable. This could involve anything from recommending movies to watch to providing real-time commentary during a film. 3. Preventing piracy. The film industry has been struggling for years to combat piracy. People download illegal copies of movies and TV shows every day, which costs studios millions of dollars in lost revenue. But the industry is fighting back with AI. AI-powered tools can track and identify pirates, then take action against them. This could involve shutting down websites that host pirated content, or even taking legal action against individual pirates. In addition, AI is also being used to develop new ways to protect movies from piracy. By watermarking or encrypting content, AI makes it much harder for pirates to distribute illegal copies of movies. As technology continues to evolve, it's likely that we'll see even more innovative ways to prevent piracy. The fight is far from over, but the film industry is definitely on the right track. 2. AI and visual effects. AI is rapidly changing the way visual effects are created for movies and TV shows. AI-powered tools can automate many of the tedious tasks involved in visual effects, such as removing objects from a scene or tracking camera movements. This frees up artists to focus on more creative aspects of visual effects. In addition, AI is also being used to create realistic-looking characters and environments. With the advent of deep learning, computers are now able to generate images and video that are virtually indistinguishable from reality. This has opened up new possibilities for visual effects artists and has made movies and TV shows more immersive than ever before. Personalized advertising. The film industry has been slow to embrace AI compared to other industries, but that's beginning to change as studios realize the potential of this technology. One of the most promising applications of AI for film is personalized advertising. By understanding each viewer's individual preferences, AI can tailor ads to be more relevant and engaging. This could involve anything from showing trailers for movies that a viewer is likely to enjoy, to providing information about upcoming releases that might interest them. Personalized advertising has the potential to revolutionize the way that movies are marketed to audiences. It remains to be seen whether studios will embrace this technology, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, be sure to check out our other videos about AI. We have a ton of great content that I think you'll enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an upload.